Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favourite mango from outer space. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. If you're looking for a unique commander to pick up and play, then you have stumbled across the right video. I'm going to be sharing with you some very nice commanders that feel totally unique to play. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Number 1. Marisi, Breaker of the Coil. A legendary cat warrior creature that costs 1 white, 1 green, 1 red, and 1 generic mana to cast. He has 5 power and 4 toughness and says the following. Your opponents can't cast spells during combat. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, gold each creature that player controls. Until your next turn, those creatures attack each combat if able and attack a player other than you if able. If you want a very aggressive commander that wins via combat damage, then Marisi is perfect for you. The commander feels unique because it stops opponents casting spells during our combat, and whenever we get to gold opponents' creatures, that's always unique and fun to do. The two abilities combined make up a whirlwind of a commander that can bring absolute chaos to the game. In a fun way, of course. We can use Marisi to use our opponents' creatures in our favour. Let's force them to do combat damage to our opponents for us to help us grasp or win. A very fun commander to play. You can buy this commander for around $8. Number 2. The Mimeoplasm. A legendary ooze creature that costs 1 blue, 1 green, 1 black, and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 0 power and 0 toughness and says the following. As the Mimeoplasm enters the battlefield, you may exile 2 creature cards from graveyards. If you do, it enters the battlefield as a copy of one of those cards with a number of additional +1/+1 counters on it equal to the power of the other card. It doesn't really get more unique than the Mimeoplasm. I mean, just look at this thing. The design is so wacky, you've got to admire it. Right, so what makes the Mimeoplasm so unique to play is the fact no game will ever feel the same. As every game you play, you're going to be facing different decks and seeing different creatures in graveyards, meaning the effects of the Mimeoplasm are huge. A huge range of possibilities are available. This makes the commander so fun to play, as every game feels fresh and unique. You can buy this commander for around 70 cents. Number 3. Norin the Wary. A legendary human warrior creature that costs 1 red mana to cast. He has 2 power and 1 toughness and says the following. When a player casts a spell or a creature attacks, exile Norin the Wary. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. 1 mana legendary creatures are pretty unique, to be honest. You don't see many of them, but what makes Norin really unique is his ability. His ability can be a bit of a headache to understand, especially when you're new to Commander, and you may be thinking, why is this commander good? Well, Norin is good because it's difficult for your opponents to stop him or disrupt him. He acts as a massive combo piece. To fully push your deck to the limits, he is cheap to cast, meaning you can start your strategy fast, and once he has accumulated the pieces he needs, he becomes an absolute powerhouse. You can buy his commander for around $2.50. Number 4. Obeka, Brute Chronologist. A legendary ogre wizard creature that costs 1 red, 1 black, 1 blue, and 1 generic mana to cast. She has 3 power and 4 toughness and says the following. Tap. The player whose turn it is may end the turn. Exile all spells and abilities from the stack. The player whose turn it is, it discards to their maximum hand size. Damage wears off, and this turn and until end of turn effects end. Obeka is highly unique, as she is probably the first commander to operate the same way as the artifact Sundial of the Infinite. Allowing the active player to end their turn may sound a little lackluster, but it can be very powerful, both politically and mechanically, acting as a combo piece for us. There are many cool things you can do with Obeka. One that comes to mind is the ability to save any creatures you have that should die at the end of the turn. Or you can even keep any creatures you steal from your opponents that should return back to them at the end of the turn. You can buy this commander for around 60 cents. Number 5, the final card on my list, the Beamtown Bullies. A legendary ogre devil warrior that costs 1 green, 1 red, 1 black, and 1 generic mana to cast. It has 4 power and 4 toughness and says the following. Vigilance, haste, tap, target opponent's whose turn it is, puts target non-legendary creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under their control. It gains haste. gold it. At the beginning of your next end step, exile it. Until the end of the turn, that creature attacks each combat if able and attacks a player other than you if able. The Beamtown Bullies is a highly unique commander and the only of its kind. I don't know any other commander that operates the same way as the Beamtown Bullies. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section below. So yes, the idea with the Beamtown Bullies is to fill our deck with loads of awful creatures that have terrible enter the battlefield effects that nerf the person controlling them. We then need to get those creatures into our graveyards so that we can gift them to our opponents with the Beamtown Bullies. Much like the commander names implies, you will be bullying your opponents with this commander and probably generating quite a bit of hate. With a command like this, be careful when you're playing because your opponents know exactly what you are trying to do, so try to be fast, sneaky, and as cunning as you possibly can. You can buy this commander for around $1. Okie dokie everyone, that is the end of my list. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, would you kindly drop a like and subscribe to the channel? I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, it's a huge goal of mine and making that milestone would be amazing. I'd love to know if you have any unique commander recommendations. If you do, please share them in the comment section below. I love reading your comments and try to answer back to as many of the comments as I can. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye.